Pokémon Showdown is an online Pokémon battle simulator where players can create and plan their teams to perfection and go head-to-head against others in battles or in tournaments. But what if we take planning out of the equation? Most people will say, "Oh, but Murph, there's already a random button implemented into the website that lets you battle with a randomly generated team of Pokémon with ideal movesets and stats," and shut up! Nobody cares. Random battles are too easy. I want a real challenge. What if instead, I create a wheel of every unevolved Pokémon and use it to form 5 random teams of Pokémon? Then, I let my viewers choose a team from the list for me to use in standard format, so I battle with a randomly generated weak-ass team against other people's teams that they've spent real-life hours crafting. Well, I already did that. Almost 4 months ago, actually. And since then, I have done it. I've done the impossible, and actually won a battle with my team of unevolved Pokemon. So how long did it take, I hear you ask? How long did— Shut up! I will tell you. It took me around an hour. I gotta be honest, I thought this would take way longer and be way harder, but it was not. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I should do to make this harder for next time. But with all that out of the way, let's get on to the battle recap. So, for anyone watching who participated in the poll, this was the team that was selected for the challenge, also known as the Warrior Babies. Quick side note, the original team had Krabby and Blipbug on it, but Showdown didn't let me use them in OU, so I replaced them with Crabrawler and Grobin respectively. Now let's look at the team, and for anyone curious about EVs or held items, I don't know, I just picked what looked good. So when the battle starts, I can see that my opponent is also using an interesting team. They're using all water types, which was honestly what gave me kind of hope that I would win this battle. So I led with Grubbin to do my usual strategy of sticky webbing immediately to slow down my opponent. They go for a surf, does a little bit of damage. I do get the sticky web off, and thanks to my leftovers, and for some reason, Grubbin just tanks the surf and the Draining Kiss. He's doing alright. So we paralyze to get the Love Disc even slower. And now I'm just trying to get some damage off with Grubbin before I go down. Because one thing I noticed with this challenge is that if I swap out Pokemon because I have all babies, it's just taking extra damage that I can't avoid. So like I tend to just send a Pokemon in and just keep him in until he goes down, because then that just gives me the safest switch-ins for all my other Pokemon. Lucky for me, this one seems to be going pretty good with Grubbin out front, being able to actually take out the Love Disc here, and setting up the Sticky Web for the rest of the Pokemon to come in and be even slower, which is nice. So they send in Vaporeon next. Gets caught in the Sticky Web. I'm going to hit him with a Thunder Wave to slow it down even more. And then I believe Grubbin's going to... Oh no! Vaporeon gets paralyzed, so I actually get a bit of damage off with Lunge, which is nice. Down to 80, and minus attack, which is nice. And that minus attack actually lets Grubbin live the Liquidation, so I'm going to be able to get another Lunge off. Weakening the Vaporeon even more before Grubbin finally goes down. So at this point, we're 1 for 1. I've got a Sticky Web, and this Vaporeon is pretty much crippled. So I'm thinking, alright, I've got a good shot at winning this. So I decide who to send in next, and I believe I go for the Poochyena because of the Thunder Fang. Yep, there he is. And so I'm thinking I'm going to get some super effective damage here. Yes, I do. And it doesn't do a whole lot, but this Vaporeon is at -2 attack, so that Liquidation is once again not going to do a whole lot, and thanks to my leftovers healing, this Poochyena is going to be fine, pretty much. So, I get lucky with a paralysis there, and then I go for a Sucker Punch just to guarantee I get a kill here. And that knocks out the Vaporeon, as well as their Terastallization. So now I'm up a full Pokemon, and I have a Sticky Web out. So this one's looking pretty good, and I'm starting to get some hope here. Feraligatr comes in next with the Balloon. I believe I just go for the same strategy here. Or maybe... Took it a while there. Okay, pop the Balloon, yeah, fair enough. Hits the Earthquake. Poochyena lives that. That's surprising, that's a lot of damage there. So I just go for Sucker Punch to guarantee more damage. Then Poochyena falls. And now it is 2 for 2. I know he's trying to use Earthquake, so I think Noibat's probably a good pick here to avoid the Earthquakes. I believe that's who goes in next. Yes. Noibat with the Flying type, obviously able to avoid the Ground type moves, and get some good damage off, because Noibat learned some pretty powerful moves, like Fly. There, I'm not sure why he Earthquaked the Flying type. That might have been a misclick. Maybe he didn't realize who I sent in. But just I got very lucky during this battle. Earthquake again, obviously it's not going to hit regardless, I'm in the air. And Fly does not do a whole lot of damage, which I'm starting to get worried because I need to do some damage here. Nice crit before the resisted surf thanks to my dragon type. I believe I will just continue dragon clawing until the Feraligatr goes down. And unfortunately, they're faster and they get off a dragon claw, so my Noibat actually goes down. So now I'm worried because I'm down a Pokemon for the first time in this battle. And I'm not entirely sure what to do here. Oddish is probably a good play because of the grass type, but I was trying to save it because obviously I'm going to have Stab super effective against their entire team with Oddish. So I was hoping to save it towards the end so that I could have a guaranteed win, but it looks like I had to send it out here. And yep, they're going to go for Earthquake because of my poison typing. So I just need to whittle down this Feraligatr here. Giga Drain, definitely a good call. That's going to finish it off and get some health back. And I get some leftover healing. So, evened it up pretty quick. I probably could have just gone for Oddish instead of Noibat altogether. But I was just really worried about using him too early. In comes Lapras, stuck in the sticky web once again. The Ice type, unfortunately, is going to make my grass moves a little bit... Or is going to make my grass type a little bit weaker here against this Lapras. I believe I do just go for the Giga Drain. Yep, get some damage off. And the Blizzard is unfortunately going to take out the Oddish. So at this point, I'm getting worried now, because I only have 2 left. I send in Crabrawler, who is, I just believe, neutral to all of Lapras' moves. But, oh no, I'm sorry, fighting is actually good against Ice. So I use a Bulk Up here, tank a Liquidation, and I'm just going to go in for some fighting type moves to take out the Ice type real quick. I believe... Oh, wow, I got cocky. I went for 2 Bulk Ups, and it missed a Blizzard, which was nice for me. I guess I just wanted to guarantee the kill with the close combat, so I hit 2 Bulk Ups to get +2 attack to get enough damage off. And in comes Samurott here. I believe I'll just click close combat again. I don't know why I wouldn't. Yes, and that's enough to one-shot it. My defense boost is away, but I'm still at 2 times attack. And in comes Kingdra here, who takes me out with a Draco Meteor. And now I'm thinking, shoot, I've lost. I have a ground type left who's weak to water type moves, and there's not much I can do. But you never want to give up, because you never know. I see it click Draco Meteor again, and I thought that was interesting, because I'm like, there's no way this Kingdra doesn't have a water type move. It's just weakening its own offenses. And this is when I kind of realized that maybe I do have a shot, because if he just keeps spamming Draco Meteor, I'm starting to think, oh shoot, this thing might have a choice item. And what choice items do is it allows you to only use one move, but it boosts a certain stat. And if this Kingdra here had a choice item, like it clearly does because it just keeps clicking Draco Meteor, then it can't use any of its water type moves, and I can just keep substituting and using Drain Punch to get my health back and slowly whittle down the Kingdra for the win. So by this point, I believe I've had it in the bag. I'm just praying for them not to leave, and I hope they do give it to me, which they in fact do. They let me take down the Kingdra without rage quitting or whatever, and I have successfully won the battle with all my baby Pokemon. And the warrior babies have taken home their win. Which I honestly just was in shock here. I couldn't believe it. I was sitting in class while I was doing this. I just was trying to get some practice in. I don't even know why I was playing. But here we go. I got my win. Yeah. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Just thought it'd be a fun little challenge. Leave a comment of what I could do for next time. Another team to make. Yes, and here's a quick overview of all the Pokemon that I used.